He was one of England's greatest knights. A founding member of the Order of the Garter, he had survived countless battles, decades of warfare. December 30, Honest 1369, New Year's Eve. Sir John Chandos walks forward to engage the enemy. One step, his brute catches something. He looks down. It's his own surcoat. His flowing decorative robe caught under his foot. He falls. The frosted grass gives way under him. He doesn't see the attack coming from his right, because he is blind in his right eye. And when he hits the ground, a French squire is already there. Sir John Chandos, born around 1320, English noble family. He rose through military service to become one of Edward III's most trusted commanders. The Order of the Garter, founded 1348 by King Edward III. The most prestigious chivalric order in England. Chandos was among the original founding knights. One of the chosen few, the inner circle of English chivalry. He fought at Crecy, he fought at Poitiers. Two of the greatest English victories of the 100 Years' War. He was present for them both. Not just present, he was instrumental. He was also Constable of Aquitaine, one of England's most powerful positions in France. A man trusted with the governance of territory, trusted with everything. At some point in his long military career, Chandos lost the sight in his right eye. The records don't specify exactly when or how. A wound, an injury, some accident. He continued fighting. Because knights in the 14th century continued fighting. You did not retire because of an injury. You adapted. Chandos adapted. But a blind right eye meant something specific. His right side had no peripheral vision. An enemy approaching from his right could be invisible to him until they were close enough to strike. In the chaos of a skirmish, in the fog of battle, that blind spot was a death sentence waiting to happen. The surcoat, a flowing robe worn over armor, embroidered with a knight's coat of arms. Practical in some ways, it entified the knight. It displayed his family's heraldic colors. It was beautiful. It was prestigious. It was also an extremely impractical thing to wear into a fight on foot. Flowing fabric, heavy silk embroidery, reaching to below the knees. On a frosted, slippery morning, Chandos wore a long white surcoat, his coat of arms embroidered in detail, the finest textile craftsmanship. Exactly the kind of thing a celebrated knight wore. Exactly the kind of thing that could tangle around his boots. December 30, Honest, 1369. A skirmish at Lussac-les-Châteaux in France. Chandos was advancing on foot toward French forces. New Year's Eve. Heavy frost on the grass. The ground was slippery. He stepped forward. His boot came down on the hem of his own surcoat. The fabric pulled tight. For one disorienting second, he was caught. His forward momentum carried him. His foot was held. He twisted. The frosted grass provided no grip, no traction. He went down, hard. His blind right side was exposed, his body on the ground, his right side toward the enemy. A French squire was attacking from exactly that direction. Chandos couldn't see him. He hit the ground. The squire drove his dagger into Chandos's face as he fell, through the eye socket, into the brain. Sir John Chandos died from the wound the following morning. January Honest, 1370. New Year's Day. He had survived Crecy. He had survived Poitiers. He had survived decades of the 100 Years' War. He had survived everything the French army could throw at him. He was killed by his own ceremonial robe. And a patch of frost. On New Year's Eve, the French mourned him. The Black Prince, his close friend, was devastated. Even enemies paid tribute. He was buried in the church of Saint-Julien-de-l'Arc, near Poitiers, near the field where he had won one of his greatest triumphs. As if history wanted him close to his glory. Even in death, Sir John Chandos, founding knight of the Order of the Garter, victor of Crecy and Poitiers, one of the most experienced warriors of his age, killed by his own fashion choices and a blind spot, on the last day of the year. There is something almost absurd about it. Almost. But there is also something deeply human. Even the greatest warriors are undone by small things. Not the sword they can see coming, but the hem of their own robe. Subscribe, because the smallest thing can end the greatest story.